Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Hoxton here, back with another Call of Duty mobile video. Now, in today's video, we're basically going to be going over the patch notes and information of the new updates that are coming out. And as you can tell, I said updates because this will actually be split up into two separate updates. The first update will be coming either today or tomorrow, kind of depends on the time frame or what time zone you're in. Currently, it is March 24th where I live, 2:22 p.m. This video should be up in a couple hours. And there's actually a decent chance that the first part of the update has already dropped. If it doesn't drop today in a couple hours, it will be dropping more than likely tomorrow or the next day. But essentially what we'll be looking at today is the Korean patch notes, and the Korean patch notes, or the Korea game version, I guess, is basically the exact same as the global version, which means that the information that we're going to be seeing in here is going to be almost the exact same for us on the global version. And if you have the Garena version, it should be almost identical as well. The only things that might be a little different are like the times and stuff like that, because obviously time zones are different. But in terms of the content that's coming to the game and the buffs and nerfs and changes and stuff like that, it will be exactly the same here as what we actually get. Now, I do want to make a quick note that I have done this before in the past, and a couple things were different. The reason they were different was because of the translation. If you guys were wondering, this is actually in Korean, but we're using Google Translate, which you can see on the bottom, to actually turn it into English. So some of the translations might come off a little bit different than what actually comes in the future. If anything is weird, I should be able to tell you guys what it actually is. Like if they say the MSMC is getting a really big buff, obviously that's a mistake in translation because the gun needs a nerf. Same thing with like the S36 and all that. So a lot of it will be common sense, but basically we're going to be going over the important stuff in this. We're going to try to make this video very quick. We've already been talking too long, obviously. So let's go ahead and just hop right into this. Also, before we go on, the link of this site will be down below if you guys want to go through everything. But once again, in this video, we'll be just going over the important stuff that you guys will want to know. So the first thing is that the #1 update will be coming on March 25th, which is Wednesday, which once again is going to be tomorrow, but in Korean time, it's almost already the 25th. I think it might already be the 25th. Yeah, it's already March 25th at 6:21 a.m. at the time of recording in Korea. So again, the update could be coming today, but a lot of YouTubers are saying it will come tomorrow. So again, I don't know for sure. We're going to see. It should be very, very soon though. And then it just starts talking about a couple different things that, once again, aren't that important. And then it brings up the new season. So this will be the multiplayer ranked match season 4. And this will be coming on Wednesday, April 1st at 9 o'clock. I think that's 9 a.m. I'm pretty sure. Which more than likely means for the global version, we'll be getting the new ranked season coming on March 31st at around 5 p.m. PST or 8 p.m. EST. Now, we can also see the Season 4 ranked rewards, and that includes a Epic rated Man of War and a Epic rated Ruin skin. Now, you can see both of those right here. You can see the Man of War as well as the Ruin skin. And if you guys are wondering, the theme of this is going to be the Industrial Revolution. So, we're getting a free-to-play Man of War, which is really cool, and obviously another Ruin skin, which I am overall just a big fan of the look, so that's honestly going to be a pretty cool ranked season reward. You guys can see some of the ranked mode improvements and changes here. I personally don't think there's anything here super good. I think the matching method has been improved so that there's more accurate matching can be achieved. I guess that just means basically like super high ranks and super low ranks won't be playing against each other, so that's good to see. It also seems like they took Scrapyard out of rank because it says the map of a scrap metal plant, which basically seems like Scrapyard. Seems like they took that out of ranked, and then right after that they said that they're adding Meltdown, which is the new map that's coming. They're adding that to ranked, which is going to be really cool as well. Which I think is really good because overall Scrapyard was not a very good ranked map, especially considering the position of the domination flags were just not good at all. You can also see the new rank switch, so basically at the end of each season, whatever rank you are, will basically, it'll put you down to a new rank. You guys can see what that is here. It is in Korean, but I'll go ahead and put the translation on the screen right now so you guys can see exactly what rank you will be at the start of Season 4. And then it goes down to the Battle Pass Season 4, and it says some of the things that are coming are the David Mason character, as well as some new characters. And then a couple new themed weapons that are made of high-grade alloy and have a sharp metal feel, so basically stuff that just kind of fits the Industrial Revolution feel, as well as a brand new SMG, which is the GKS. It says it's suitable for long-range combat with high recoil and stability. So that's kind of weird. So again, translations might be weird. I think what that's saying is it has high recoil, and I don't know. Again, I don't know for sure. I'll definitely do like a review of the weapon when it does come out. It doesn't really matter if we don't really need to know how good it is before it comes out, but it definitely seems like it will be more of a long range SMG with a decent amount of kick. And maybe it'll have good stability, meaning it won't go side to side a lot. Again, I don't know for sure because the translation is kind of weird. But the cool thing about that is it says it can be obtained from the free Battle Pass rewards, so you're not going to have to pay for the Battle Pass to get it. And then we're also getting a brand new score streak, which is the shock remote control. So basically, it's just like a little remote control car that is able to shock people. In terms of multiplayer modes, we're getting a gun game team battle. So essentially, it's gun game, but with teams. Next up is the new showdown mode. Essentially, this is just a 2v2 where you don't pick your loadouts. You're given a different loadout every 2 rounds, I think it is. and you don't actually regain HP inside the round. Again, you guys can see all the details here, but I'm honestly super hyped for this because I've played this a little bit in Modern Warfare, and I really enjoy it. I think it'll be good for content and just like, I don't know, I just overall think it'll be a really fun mode. After that, there's some bug fixes and improvements. You guys can see all of that stuff right here. I'm not going to go through it because there's quite a few. Do really quickly want to mention the very last one though. In sniper mode, the default scope is now the scope on it. It's not actually the tactical scope, which I actually really enjoy. I think that'll make snipers only mode much more authentic feeling. There's also an Easter egg where you can actually turn into an Easter egg in prop hunt mode, so that's pretty cool. And then obviously, as I was saying before, the new map, which is Meltdown. I'm sure you guys have all seen that. Here's a couple screenshots of that as well. And Meltdown is actually the largest map in Call of Duty Mobile. You guys can see the modes in it. We have Search and Destroy. We have Conquer, which I think is going to be Domination. Team Deathmatch. We have Sniper Only, Gun Game Team Battle, and Individual Battle. I think Individual Battle is free-for-all. That's kind of what it seems like. And yeah, so that's going to be these 7 modes. And then once again, we have the Shock remote control car. So you guys can see that right there. In terms of balance adjustments, which I think are very important because this will kind of completely change the weapon meta inside of the game. The stability of the S36 has been reduced and the horizontal recoil has been increased. Now what this means is that the stability, which is the side-to-side kick, has been reduced, or increased, I guess. Again, it's weird translation, but basically it's going to kick to the side more, and it's also going to kick vertically more as well. Again, the wording might have been weird on that, but essentially all you have to know is the S36 recoil has been increased, so it's now worse or harder to control. They also reduced the performance when shooting while moving with the light machine gun, so I guess LMGs just overall have a slight nerf. The MSMC stability and short range have been reduced, so basically they're saying that the damage up close has been reduced a little bit, and it's also going to have a little bit more kick. That's how I personally see that, which would make sense because the MSMC was a pretty strong gun, so it'd be weird if they made it stronger. They also reduced the short range damage of the Type 25, so slight nerf on that. The Locust DLQ and Arctic 50 have increased knockback when hit by firearms. So essentially what that means is when you're looking at someone, if someone shoots you, it's going to kick up more. So it's basically called aim punch, and it has been increased, so it's going to be harder to shoot people when they're shooting back at you, with those guns specifically. The stability of the ASM-10 has been greatly increased, and the range has been increased as well, so that's pretty good. So they're basically just making it so the gun has better recoil, so easier to control, and they also made the range of it a little bit better, which once again, all of this stuff I'll be testing as soon as the update drops, so we can actually see exactly what happened to the weapons. But overall, that's been the ASM-10 change. They also changed the damage fluctuation range according to the firing distance of the LK24 has been reduced, so that's really weird translations. I'm going to go ahead and look at that again. Okay, so I don't really get what that means. It just seems like they're going to be kind of changing the range. I think it will be a little bit of a range buff on the LK24. They're just kind of changing like where the different range tiers are. Again, it's kind of confusing with this translation, but essentially the LK24 will be getting a slight range buff. Personally, that's how I see it. The range of the BK57 and ICR are also getting a nice little buff, which is going to be good because the ICR has been a weapon that personally I think is super underpowered, and the BK57 also was right on the cusp of being like a good gun and a bad gun, so a slight little buff will make it overall probably a lot more used, I guess. They also increased the stability of the AK-47 and Man of War, so they're just going to be a little bit easier to control, which will be nice. I'm really curious to see how that affects the AK-47 because they actually recently made it have better stability, so now that they're doing it again, it's going to be really interesting to see how the recoil is on that. But the Man of War, definitely I understand a slight recoil fix, I guess. I don't want to say recoil increase because that makes it seems like it's worse, but yeah, the stability has been, again, I don't know for sure. It's really hard to tell with all these translations. We'll see when the update actually drops. We'll test and compare to the old versions of the guns, but again, this is just how I personally see it based on the translations. They also improved the visual change of sliding and jumping motions more smoothly, so I really like that. Anything that changes to be more smooth I always like, so that's good. I'm hoping it'll be like what it was at the start of season 3. At the start of season 3 they made it so jumping and sliding was extremely smooth. I don't know how to describe it, but it was really good, and then they reverted it back to what it was before, like after a day, which really sucked, so I'm hoping it'll come back the way it was. But then there's a couple bug fixes which you guys can see right there if you want to just scroll through and look at it. Most of it is going to be having to do with like the announcer and stuff like that, because the announcer was terrible before. They would say things that were super wrong in terms of like score streaks, so they're fixing a lot of that. And then I personally don't play Battle Royale mode that much, but if you guys want to see all the stuff that's coming, you can see that here. It does seem like they added the UL736 and the HS2126 shotgun inside of it. But yeah, so you can just kind of see all that stuff, and then there's some optimization and bug fixes as well. So just overall some things that just kind of improve the quality of life inside of the game. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like and a sub down below if you guys did. If you guys want to see the actual information on all the weapon changes when those weapons do, or when the update comes out, make sure to again drop a sub down below so you guys can see all of that stuff when it does come out. And with that being said, I will see you guys later. Peace.